Hey there. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work on another palm muting exercise, but this one's going to be a little bit more trickier. I originally had problems with my palm muting switching between strings. I was switching between chords and then having to, palm mute different strings and stuff. So I needed to come up with some kind of exercise, and this is what I came up with. And the earlier exercises I simplified it so it can work up to that, because I've been playing for quite a while before I came up with this exercise. So let me go ahead and bring the camera down and let's take a look at it. So yeah, the problem I was having was when I had to switch between chords, between strings. So I'm going from chugging on my E string to chugging on my A string, and that was really messing me up. So I wanted to tighten that up, and this is what I came up with. So what we're going to do in this one is we're going to just leave out. You can always put this back in if you want. We're going to leave in the chugging on the E string and playing the chords on the E string. You can add that if you want, but this one we're focusing on switching between the E string and A string muted strings and playing the chords on the A string and D string. So this is mostly for this is really focusing a lot on the right hand. So what we're going to do like in our last exercise, play a couple where you got chug, second fret on the A string, a couple chugs, third fret on the A string, a couple chugs, fifth fret, a couple chugs, third fret. You're going to do that 2 times. And what we're going to do is we're not going to add an extra chunk, couple chugs after that. So we chug chug chord, 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 chug chug chord. No extra chugs on the E string. This is where we gotta lift up and start chugging the A string. And then we're gonna do the same thing with power chords on the D string. So we have let's say it's the second time through. Chug, chug, chord, chug, chug, chord, chug, chug, chord, chug, chug, chord, chug on the D string. That's the hard part. Going from chugging on the E string to all of a sudden chugging on A string. Because then you gotta really tighten it up, making sure you don't go down too far. You're not hitting the string above. So you got to tighten everything up and try to work on being accurate. And what you're going to do here is you're going to do 2 on each. Get done with this, doing this a couple times. Same way. Chug chord, chug chug chord, chug chug chord, chug chug chord. You hit that. Then you're going to jump back up to the E. So that starts the whole process over. So remember, you go through the first time, and then the second time, you've got to make sure you hit that chord. Don't chug again on that string. You got to switch to the next string, and that starts off the next time through. So let me demonstrate that for you. I'm going to go back and forth, going to the chords in the A string, chords in the D string, back to the chords in the A string. So here we go. Here's 1, 2. The next one. See where I'm switching at? See where I'm switching it when I hit this chord? That's why I switch. And again, I'm letting that ring, and then I switch back over to here. Do that one more time. See how I did that? messed up. I started here instead of here. But you get how I did that? I went and I switched as soon as I switch over to E string. So yeah, so that's, you just take your time with it. And another thing to do is the hard part, you may have this down going really good. No problem. When it comes over here, I get all messed up. So what you do is practice just that small area. Just go. Okay, switch pretty good. Okay, got that going pretty good. Now let me switch from going from that to the lower string. Oh, good. I got that transition going pretty good. Of course, you know, many times in the beginning you'll be like, I wasn't supposed to hit that lowy. I got to hit this one right here, and then and you can even dial it in a little bit more. Okay, there we go. I gotta make sure I do that. And then you can add in the chords after that. It's all about dialing in smaller and smaller and then bringing it back out. And basically you just kind of keep running through that until you can speed it up. You can do it quicker and quicker. Hear how it's switching between the chords. Everything sounds nice and tightly muted, and everything, the chords themselves sounded out really clean and clear. So that's what you really, really want to focus on, because that's really, really important. If it starts to sound sloppy and messy, you have to slow everything down and keep bring it down back step by step by step until it sounds nice and clean. Even if you have to go back to a snail's pace, go ahead and do that and then build back up again. Because the worst thing you can do is just keep nailing it, more and more, when you're kind of playing it sloppy. Then you're reinforcing all those mistakes. It's going to sound like a mess, and you're not doing yourself any favors. You're just developing bad technique. So just take your time, get this down, and then it's going to help you in a huge way when you're working on different songs. This is more of a metal kind of technique, but it shows its head up in hard rock and classic rock, sometimes. But it's really, really important. If you're going to play any kind of metal, you got to get this down really, really, really well. It's got to be tight as can be. Otherwise, if it's not tight, it's going to sound sloppy and messy, and you don't want that. So, yeah, go through that. It's a good thing to have as part of your warm-up routine, if you have one. Maybe going through some finger exercises, some quick scales, and go through that. This will be your rhythm warm-up. And yeah, so that's it. That's how you do that exercise. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you in another lesson. All right, take it easy.